I'm going to be playing Great Qing in Victoria 3 today. I am playing on the 1.2 beta. Enact no social security. The bureaucracy situation is very bad. 397 surplus is practically nothing considering the colossal size of the empire. And it will also save me a bunch of money. We're going to bolster the rural folk because we would like to eventually get agrarianism. It doesn't give us much, but what it does do is get rid of the downsides of traditionalism. The big one is reducing our taxation capacity. Research, I'm going to go for cotton gin because I would like to work my way down to mechanical tools and eventually down to railways. As until I can get railways, my infrastructure situation is going to struggle. I can build ports, but I can't, any of these inland areas with low infrastructure, I can't do anything about until I get railways. My next goal is to get my construction sector up and running so that I can build things. In the market, I'm going to go get some of the most important market goods. Tools are essential. Iron is important. Clippers, wood, paper. And for now, that's everything. So I want to be able to see these easily accessible on the side. Then while I'm at it, I'm going to need tons of iron in order to switch my construction sectors from wooden buildings into iron buildings. That's a lot of iron mines, but I'm going to need like thousands of units of iron. So with all of this setup done, let us roll the game. As well, let's go ahead and try and improve relations with some of the great powers. So let's go Great Britain, Russia, and Spain. The opium addiction is ravaging Great Qing. Vast numbers of Han people have become opium fiends, causing a wave of crime, poverty, and idleness. Despite the obvious harm, Great Britain continues to flood the market. It's a controversial decision. However, I can't afford a war that I most likely will not win. The armies have very low stats. So yeah, let's not get into a war. I really want to pass this law. I'm okay with irritating some of my factions in order to do it. I don't want to take that negative 20% enactment success chance. So unfortunate that we got that event. Hopefully we can recover. Oh, this is going really bad. Okay, good. This will give us more enactment success chance. That's good. We've recovered from our 2 bad events. And we're about to start going into the negative on money. Yeah, let's get more enactment success chance. Also, we're going to eventually want some more tooling factories. All right, we've done it. We've enacted no social security, and with that, we now actually have an acceptable surplus of bureaucracy, and we have money again. Wood is a concern. Wow, it's super expensive. Yeah, if I can switch over my buildings into iron frame buildings, I'll ease up on the wood department so that I can save a bit on that. Let's go for romanticism now. So that we can start working on getting agrarianism, hopefully. All right, let's switch over this into iron frame buildings. It's going to be a slow process. We need to make sure that we're not overstretching by switching everything at once. All right, we can now do another switch. There is a natural disaster. A cyclone has hit. Fine, I will put money into relief. I'm not thrilled by it, but we can put some consumption taxes. We have plenty of spare authority to do so. Let's put some on liquor and on opium. It's like switching over one of these buildings is going to cost us 500 iron. So I want to make sure that I have a solid surplus before I make that move. We have a law asking to enact landed voting. Honestly, I'm okay with giving them this. I don't see a problem with giving this. Let's do it. And we've gotten a romanticism. Next up, let's continue working on the lathe. If we pass the landed voting law, then I'll get agrarianism or work towards that. Yes, more enactment success chance is always worth the annoying the factions. All right, we now have landed voting. Gives us new parties. Let's go ahead and work towards mechanized tools. Die 95 more. I have a surplus of 344. Yeah, okay, let's switch over all my textile mills over to dye workshops because I can totally afford that. I could even consider converting some of my tools over. I have 180 tools to work with. 55, another 50, 40, and get a bunch more furniture, which will help. Can't quite afford all of them yet. Yeah, this is actually a great event. This is going to give more power to the agrarian party, which will help them get more votes and hopefully come out in a strong position after this election. All right, and our election results are in. This is great. Let's go ahead and get the rural folk into the government. This will keep my legitimacy high, and the agrarian party is actually in position, so I can push for agrarianism. And we have agrarianism. Yay. Which is going to trash my bureaucracy. This is why I revoked the poor laws. But now I am making some mad bank now that I can actually tax way more efficiently. We can remove our consumption taxes, and actually we can drop this down here. So we're basically taxing people very, very, very little, which will help keep the stability up high. I will need to get some more government administrations, and I'm gonna need more tooling workshops. Clippers are getting expensive as well. I should probably consider getting a shipyards factory built, setting that second one to just civilian shipbuilding. So let's attempt to get serfdom abolished to get more infrastructure. Wow, that was super fast. I did not expect to just pass that on the first try. And that solves my infrastructure problem for now. Let's keep pushing our luck and try and go for professional army, sure. Why did you just suddenly plummet? That dropped as soon as I made that law change, and so did income taxes. Fair enough. I have plenty of buffer room. I can just go back to taxing some of these luxury goods. I have tons of authority to spare, so why not? Boom. Wow, Russia really does not want to be friendly with me this playthrough. I mean, to be honest, they're probably my main target because I'm an unrecognized power, which means what I can do is at some point force recognition. And the problem is doing it against something like France, Austria, or Prussia would force me to have a navy and win with that navy against one of the major naval powers. Whereas if I use Russia as my means to force recognition, then I don't have to have a navy, and I can just use my armies to win that war. So eventually I'm going to have to declare war on Russia in order to get recognition, but not yet. I need to make sure I get my technology in order and my economy in order and all that fun stuff. I don't know if this will work or not, the professional army. It's okay. We can always try again later. And our standard of living is actually going up pretty well, surprisingly. For now, we'll see if that maintains. Keep getting the tools that I need. All the tools. Tools shall be mine. Oh, wow, okay. I can drop off some of these consumption taxes. Netherlands sides with itself. Interesting. Bold strategy there. Decide with yourself in your own war. I would be surprised if you didn't. Oh yeah, we're going to declare war, but we're going to fight ourselves. I guess that's what a revolution is. All right, let's switch over Beijing into iron frame buildings. Now we have a good amount of construction capacity. Mechanical tools is going to unlock sulfite pumping and steel tools. In advance, I want some sulfur mines. Let's get 25 here. Let's get 20 here in order to get my paper prices down, which will help with the bureaucracy. Mechanical tools unlocked. Great. Let's get atmospheric engine next. You know what? Let's throw the armed forces under the bus in order to pass professional army, because I'm not using them to pass the law anyways. I'm using the rural folk. Oh, we did it. Wow. Okay. Sweet. This weakens the scholar officials, makes the morale of our army better. I think that's all my laws for now that I can do without researching new technology. I don't have steel, so I can't switch that yet, but I will eventually want to do it. Industry, steel mills. We'll eventually want to get that so we can start switching over some of our tools into steel tools. I'm spending 110,000 on paper alone, so if I can get that price down, that saves me a lot of money. Let's see, I have 3 levels. Each level makes 20. I have 60 currently available. Require 40. Sure, let's start with that. Temporary shortage while we hire people to work for sulfur, but once they start being hired, that'll go away in a couple of months. I want to make sure I have the facilities built, then I make a demand, then I hire the people. That way we don't have a demand that doesn't have capacity to fulfill that demand immediately after. I don't know how exciting this is to watch. It's a lot of fun for me to play, but it's not like massive map painting type stuff like other games that is exciting for like really seeing the action, but it's really hard to show the action in this game. We've gotten paper quite a bit down from like 20% from base price to 7% from base price, and that has freed up quite a bit of money for me. I know bureaucracy, I should probably build more of that to get rid of the tax waste, but it's so tempting to just do other stuff first. And paper is almost at base price. And then I'll get the steel mills, and then I will start switching over tooling factories. So instead of building new tooling factories, I'm going to switch them over to a more efficient production method. And eventually I want to invest in some mega coal. Actually, steel mills require coal, don't they? They do. About to get atmospheric engine. Let's get Bessemer processes to get the steel even more efficient. And just skip the initial stage of steel as we put that in play. Actually, while we're at it, so atmospheric engines cost coal, but they also get us coal. So it pretty much just costs tools to switch this over. So let's just switch coal mines already to atmospheric engines. But we can't afford the coal to do our iron mines quite yet. Tools are going to get quite expensive for a while I get my coal situation in check so that I can get some steel. Let's get one of these bigger iron mines switched over into atmospheric engine. Honestly, I don't think the Agrarian Party has much use for me anymore now that I've gotten the laws that I wanted from them. So let's go ahead and kick them out of the government, instead put the Literai. We can start dropping some more of these consumption taxes. Just keep getting our coal under control. Didn't mean for that to rhyme. And then get our steel mills. All right, let's do it. They're asking to enact elected bureaucrats. No, that would reduce my taxation capacity, which is something that I am desperately short on. Get more steel tools. Actually, let's just switch them all now. Let's get a bunch of new construction sectors now that we have more iron and tools and all that fun stuff. And then we can work on maybe wood. We're getting coal cheaper. Now we can switch over sulfur mines to atmospheric engine pump, which will drop the price of sulfur substantially. Sure, let's just switch them all. Sweet. That puts paper substantially cheaper. I can get these tools, which will help me solve my wood problem because I can switch over my wood. I can switch the logging camps from simple forestry to sawmills, which will help. And let's go for railways now, finally. Afford to switch this over to sawmills as well as this. Slowly helps me get more wood. Why did my GDP just suddenly take a massive nosedive? Don't know why that happened. I just lost like 20 million GDP, poof, instantly. Things look mostly fine. All right, now we can switch over logging camps fully. And with that, let's go ahead and get logging camps. Tons of them. Let's get some more consumption taxes back online. I need that railway sometime soon so that I can deal with some of my infrastructure issues that are developing. I can start switching over some of these from producing hardwood to softwood. So let's do that. I just really would like to bring this down a lot. We're working on it. At some point, I'm going to want to go for some lead investment once I get my bureaucracy under control so that I can get more glass, which is quite expensive right now. I don't know why I had that random dip, but we've recovered from it. Unfortunately, standard of living has not recovered from that. I don't know what happened. Pretty much either everyone doesn't care about us or is mostly friendly for the most part. Finally, railways are unlocked. So we're going to build railways in all of the places where we have low infrastructure. Then we are also going to build some motor industries, 3 of them to be precise. Everything else can wait until after this project. We have the trains, the choo-choo. It's perfect. So we get our infrastructure under control, then we'll get our bureaucracy under control, then we'll start working on lead so we can get glass. Yay! Our market now has total infrastructural access. And now we can work towards our massive bureaucracy deficit. I'd like to get central archives. So let's do it. Central archives, here we come. I guess I should also probably maybe invest in some universities, perhaps. Getting some universities, which will help us research technology faster. We have 70 innovation now from 50, so that helps quite a bit. We're just about to finish and completely solve our bureaucracy deficit. Get rid of all this tax waste. Let's get some crystal glass. It'll make glass substantially cheaper. This is going to annoy a lot of people, but not too much. The success chance is low, but I'd like to try it because this gets me more technology spread. Yeah, I don't think this law was ever going to pass. It was worth trying it, I guess. Let's drop some taxes. Central Archive. Yay. That helps a lot with the tax situation. I'm even going to start switching over some of my government administration buildings. So I can switch this. Just a couple. I can't afford to switch them all yet. But that makes substantially more bureaucracy. I don't know if that one's going to work. Decreasing the birth rate will help stop the overpopulation problem. Well, there goes hope of that policy passing. We'll see. Keep fighting for it. Well then, there goes all the chance of ever enacting that policy. Dang. I had a little bit of hope there. I'll just keep trying, poking and prodding at different policies wherever I can to get more favorable laws. Maybe I can get wealth voting. Again, I don't have a lot of political support to work these resolutions with, but I just want to attempt it if I get lucky. Yeah, we're never getting this to pass. It looks like we're in a spot where it's going to be very difficult to actually pass any laws, so we'll hold off for a while and just keep the status quo until the situation changes. Let's get condensing engine pump for our coal mines, and then work on getting it for our iron mines as well. Lead is way cheaper now that we're getting condensing pumps. With that, let's get more, perfect. Let's get more construction sectors. Condensing engine pumps. Let's get more lead so that I can reduce the amount of wood that's used to produce glass. Let's add tools to our farms. Make them slightly more productive. Then what I want to do is start working on getting food wrestled under control. Let's get a bunch of chemical plants so that we can get fertilizer and we can use that to get more food. Let's get fractional distillation so that we can get down to baking powder. So let's get the price of grain down. Alright, and then let's work towards baking powder. Just keep switching out to the production methods as I get more and more fertilizer. We've dropped the price of grain a couple percent. Once we get grain to a -%, I'll work on groceries. Let's go ahead and get more intensive graze ranching. I could get butchering tools. Drop the price of meat a bit. The industrialists want to join the Reform Association, sure. Wealth voting, perhaps? Let's attempt to push this through if we can. Switch over to baking powder. Okay, cool. We've dropped the price of groceries quite a bit. Even more success chance. Great. We might actually be able to pass wealth voting. We have wealth voting. Hooray. Maybe we can get per capita taxation. We have canneries now, which will increase the cost of iron and fish, but we can get even more groceries over time. Ooh, a university. Thanks. I appreciate that. A free university. The Yunnan flood. Ouch, that's a big bite into the budget, but sure, that's fine. And we've got per capita taxation. Cool. Alright, we're working on fishies now, so that I can get more of my food industries with canneries. Let's get more cotton, so that we can make more clothes. And let me also get dye plantations, which will help us switch over the production method of our textile mills into sewing machines. Dye, you expensive dye. Don't include that in the... Whoa. Huh? Why am I suddenly making so much money? What? What just happened? Well, yeah, let's remove our consumption taxes then. Cool. Oh, Britain's invading Japan. What for? What do you want? Open the market and conquer... Wait, what? They want to conquer this island. Like, wow. Okay, Britain. That's very aggressive. Cool, that's a bunch of extra clothes. Drop the price of clothes quite a bit. Hardwood's very cheap. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Start getting some precision tools. Drop the price of luxury furniture. Luxury furniture is now a reasonable price now. I don't know why I said now twice. Tea plantations. I could do some arts academies. Could either get a legitimate government that gives me a good amount of policy flexibility, or a righteous government. Let's go for legitimate. That way I can maybe work towards some reforms. Actually, it's still righteous. What? The tooltip was wrong. Okay. I could go ahead and move towards free trade. Let's do it. The Japanese aren't doing so well against the British. The British have made landfall. Okay. Well, we got free trade. Let's go for laissez-faire next. Oh, no, they don't like that one. We won't do that one. The British GDP is kind of scary. They're actually kind of close to catching up with me, which I don't appreciate. Great Britain, that's not normal. So actually most of the consumption of fish is from pop consumption. So if I were to just force canneries on all of this, what that should do is it'll jack up the price of fish, make people stop buying fish and instead start buying groceries. Yeah, I think that's working exactly as I wanted it to, because pop consumption is rapidly dropping. Let's attempt the right of assembly again. I just would really like to get faster research speed. We now have right of assembly. Oh wow, that passed. Awesome. I could try and go for universal suffrage. Sure, let's go for it. Acquiesce to the demands. We must get universal suffrage in. See, in my mind is they get really happy from us trying to pass the law in the first place, so it doesn't matter if we're annoying them on passing the law they want, because the thing we're doing is passing the law they want. Let's get improved fertilizers. Nobody would like if I did this. That would definitely, this would absolutely 100% cause a revolution. Sweet, another university. Oh, Canada has just exploded. Ooh, yeah. It's time to put some more consumption taxes into play. We went for a long stretch without having any taxes, pretty much, or the bare minimum of taxes basically being very low and no consumption taxes, and still making a profit off of that. But yeah, we do need to increase that now, since I expanded my construction sector. Illegitimate government. Okay, we've managed to kick the scholar officials out of the government, which means that we can start suppressing them. Wow, that was insanely lucky. We just rolled a 9%. But great. Sweet, we passed the law. And that should decrease our population growth as well, which will help because we sorely need to decrease it. I mean, if population keeps growing, then any investment into our economy only keeps the status quo, not actually improves quality of life. Yeah, we can make this one switch. Start dropping the porcelain prices. Iron usage, but that gets us way more fertilizer, which we can then use. Further decrease the price of grain. With paper bleaching, the price of paper down, which then allows us to get more filing cabinets. We're about to get a whole lot of arms industries. Dangerous zealots are inspiring dissent across the nation. They pose extreme threat. If they can rally enough people to their cult, they will attempt to establish their own heretic kingdom. These madmen must be stopped at all costs. Will fail if at least 4 Qing states, currently 2, fulfill the requirement, has God-worshipping society. Free up some authority so that we can do some emergency relief. Okay. Almost done with some munition plants. Explosives shortage good. Yeah. Let's get our chemical plants on the job. Alright, and then now let's start switching over some of our infantry. Slowly start adopting artillery. Modernize the army. It's expensive. Let's get our conscription centers the same way. We have modernized. Apart from just waiting for this modifier to go away, we'll actually have a pretty solid army. We do have to increase our taxes, though, in order to sustain that army. If we wanted to, we could do our force recognition play. Allow us to actually become a great power instead of just an unrecognized major power. The modifier's gone. Not yet. 6 months. Let's wait 6 months, and then we'll do this. I want to get rid of that penalty entirely before I begin. The Heavenly Kingdom. Fanatics of the God-worshipping society have risen up against us in response to our discrimination policies. They have established Jiangxi as their base of operations and will shortly seize other states where the cult has presence. We will crush them utterly. Yeah, this is not great. What do we suddenly have a shortage of? Dye. Well, let's see if we can import some for a while we wait for the situation to blow over. Let's recruit some generals. Offensive planner. Yeah. Experienced offensive planner. Sure. I've got my armies. Let's mobilize them all. Let's send you to here. Thing is most of my arms industries and stuff are in the north, so they're going to probably have like a trash economy in terms of being able to supply their troops. So we should be able to crush this. As long as they aren't able to sway anyone to their side. Well, so much for my plans of getting recognition as a power. That'll have to be put on hold until I can recover from this. I think we'll win. Against these rebels. Some pushes. Oh, they're sending an army over. Let's have you just defend the front. First battle going on. We're winning nice and easy. Research. Let's get breach loading artillery. Alright, 35 units go over. Defend this front. Okay. It looks like we'll win. We're pushing in pretty good. Holding the line. Okay, once this battle finishes, let's go ahead and set all of you to attack. This is the first exciting thing that's happened the entire playthrough. Yeah, alright, we've captured a lot of territory now. There is a lot of devastation. Not too much forming in the regions. Fortunately, they do have negative war score, so this should end soon. Oh, there we go. We have capitulated them. The Heavenly Kingdom has been defeated. We must decide how to handle the aftermath of the rebellion. Supporters of the cult are still active and may still cause trouble for us in the future. Show mercy and offer pardons to the former rebels. That should help reduce the massive amount of radicals that we now have. We can end these trade routes now that we actually have the nation whole again. Did you mess around with all my priorities? Did you? I see. We did fall behind Great Britain in terms of GDP because of that, unfortunately. Let's get more railroads because our infrastructure is bad, probably because of the devastation. Yeah, most certainly because of that. They messed with all my production methods. It's very annoying. Okay, we're back to #1 worldwide, just barely. Maybe I can pass a law for a dedicated police force to help deal with this turmoil. Sweet, we've got breach loading artillery. Let's get electric telegraph and work on getting some shrapnel artillery. Let's get some more munitions plants. So yeah, now we're just waiting for this modifier to go away in a year. And we'll have our army fully equipped with shrapnel artillery. The game's running very slowly now. They are still using line infantry with mobile artillery, so we quite outclass them. Let's do it. Let's get our recognition. Force recognition. Hopefully this works and isn't an awful idea. Let's mobilize all generals. France is leaning towards Russia, which is kind of scary. No one's going to support me. Understandable. France sides with Russia. Okay. Thanks. I don't approve of that. Let's start activating conscripts. I'm kind of concerned. No, come on. Why? You are annoying. Okay, fine then. Activate conscripts, all of them. Let's try and import all of the weapons I can. Let's not import it from the people that we're at war with. Italy sides with them too? Oh, come on. This is insane. Dude. Not cool. I do not approve of this. I literally just want to be recognized. 2 arms. We are winning the initial engagement. We have won an engagement. Okay. Italy's pushing against me. I don't like this. Come on, hold the line. Ammunition shortage. Ouch. Youch. Not fun. I need to increase the taxes so much. All the taxes, we must win. It's essential that we win. It's also essential that I hopefully don't go bankrupt. They're pushing into our territory, which sucks. We're losing war support so fast. I mean, so are they. We could win if we're lucky. They have negative war support. How many have to die just for you to treat me like an equal? As long as I don't get naval invaded or something awful, I might be able to actually do this. Restricted child labor, sure. Let's do it. Placate the masses. Because I have tons of radicals now. War exhaustion from casualties. Well, military statistics would be nice. Kind of a little late for that. Yay! We did it! We are now a great power. That was extremely expensive. Let's immediately drop my taxes substantially and try and rebuild. We got a lot of radicals from that. Let's try and repair our relationships with the different great powers. Oh, hey, look, the Dutch East Indies is independent now from the Dutch. Nice, we've restricted child labor. We have dedicated police force now, yay. That should help some with our turmoil a bit. Oh hey, Scandinavia formed. We're back on top again. It's a really neck and neck race between the Great Qing and France. Really close. And Great Britain's not too far behind. And then the rest of the world is absolutely eclipsed by those three. Oh, it's the turn of the century. We mostly are getting rid of our turmoil. Things are stabilizing. This is getting way too laggy for me to continue playing. Thanks for watching, and with that, goodbye.